Hello everyone, welcome to Karma Education. This is the channel for UGC NET Education subject and it has a target to cover whole syllabus of UGC NET Education subject. This is the first lecture on the topic research, which is included in Unit 6 of Education NET syllabus. But today I am going to discuss about educational research. Ample of study material related to research is available in internet or in various books. So I am not providing study material of research in this video. I just want to make it clear the concept of research. Okay. So in this video I am going to cover up the topic. These are concept of research, meaning of educational research, characteristics of educational research, scope of educational research, and limitations of educational research. Etymologically, the word research means to find something again and again. From internet I got a easy definition of research. It says that research is something that people undertake in order to find out things in systematic way, thereby increasing their knowledge. In this definition, it is clear that there are three aspects of research. First one, it will find something, or in research you have to find out some things. The second one is the process of find out should be very systematic, and the third one is it will add some new knowledge. So there are three fundamental aspects. First, to find out things. Second, it will be based on very systematic way, and finally it will add some new knowledge. As we know that everything has two aspects. First, known, and second one is unknown. Based on known aspect, we have to search or we have to find out the unknown aspect of that particular thing. Today, which is unknown to us, after completing a research process, that will become known thing to us. And then based on this known thing, another unknown thing can be searched again. So this is a never ending process. Research means to acquire unknown knowledge from known knowledge. So knowledge is fundamental element in research. We should have a clear idea about from where knowledge is obtained. Knowledge is obtained from various areas such as personal experience. Personal experience is a well-known area of knowledge. This is gained through researchers' own sense organ. It comes from parents, home, society, etc. Then when we saturate with our knowledge, then we need other source of knowledge. It comes from experts who has a vast knowledge on that particular subject. That's why we need guide for any research work. It is not only guide, it may be internet, book, journal, research paper to gather knowledge. Now, the third point is tradition. To research on any subject or any topic, we need to understand the current update on that particular subject and also need to know the history or background of the subject. In one word, we can say that we need to understand the tradition of that particular subject. The next source of knowledge is logic. Logic is a way of thinking. Generally, we think in two ways. One is induction, another is deduction. These two methods are very important in terms of research. We should have a clear idea about inductive and deductive method. What is the dictionary meaning of both the words? First of all, inductive method. Dictionary meaning of the word is using particular examples to reach a general conclusion about something. Using particular examples to reach a general conclusion about something. For example, this dog is black, that dog is black, and a third dog is black. Therefore, all dogs are black. This is inductive method of thinking. The another one is deductive method. Dictionary meaning of the word is using logic or reason to form a conclusion as opinion about something. For example, bachelors are unmarried. Ram is unmarried. Therefore, Ram is bachelor. So, bachelors are unmarried. This is an established truth or theory. Then, researcher will do the observation like Ram is unmarried. Then it generalize that, or it is not generalize the theory, it just checks the established theory that this theory is right or wrong, Ram is bachelor or not. So it is just a testing a theory. In terms of inductive method, it starts from specific observation and goes to generalize a theory, whereas in deductive method, it starts from an established theory to get the confirmation of the theory. Inductive theory builds a new theory through observation. It generates new knowledge, whereas deductive method just tests an existing theory. In deductive method, it is a qualitative approach. Inductive method is a qualitative approach because it searches truth in depth and in holistic way. Whereas deductive method is quantitative approach because it uses statistical data. In inductive method, hypothesis is not necessary because researcher starts collecting data that is relevant to his or her topic. Whereas in deductive method, specific hypothesis is developed on already existing theory. Inductive method is known as bottom-up approach. Why? Because it starts from observation, general observation, then draw a pattern and conclude with theory. So this is the sequence of inductive method: observation, pattern, theory. So it starts from a general level and goes to establish a particular theory. And deductive method is known as top-down approach because it starts from a particular theory, then through a hypothesis observes the theory, then conclude by giving the confirmation of the theory. So it starts from a particular theory to general level. Then what is the sequence of deductive method? The sequence is theory, then hypothesis, then observation, then confirmation. So it starts from a particular theory and goes to general level. Inductive method helps to discover a thing, whereas deductive method just helps to check or verify a thing. Inductive method uses small numbers of sample, and in deductive method large numbers of samples are used. I have added some previous year questions with solution related with each topic over here and try to explain each given options of the MCQ so that we can explore the probable questions for upcoming NET examination. This question came in December 2013. The question is the method of drawing conclusions based on the observation of each and every instance of a population is called scientific method, deductive method, inductive method, and dialectic method. What is deductive method? Deductive method, as I mentioned in previous slide, that it starts from an established theory, and then we draw hypothesis, then observation, and lastly confirmation. Means it goes from general to specific. And in terms of inductive method pattern, what is the pattern or sequence of the steps? First observation, then pattern, then hypothesis, and then theory. So these are the inductive and deductive method. In inductive method, we goes from specific to general. And in terms of scientific method, it includes both inductive and deductive, both the cycle of inductive and deductive methods. So the option 1 is not appropriate for this question. Deductive method is also not the correct option over here. Inductive method and dialectic method. Okay, we can check this. What will be the correct option? What is dialectic method? Dialectic method of research is a qualitative research which tries to discover the truth through examining and interrogating ideas and arguments. So this is related with logical part. The inductive and deductive also comes from logic, but dialectic method is totally related with the argument or interrogating ideas. So this is also a wrong option. So the correct option is inductive method. This question came in June 2013. The question is, in which one of the methods the existing knowledge is used to draw conclusions? Option 1, inductive reasoning method. Option 2, deductive reasoning method. Option 3, survey method. And option 4, positivistic method. In inductive reasoning method, what we do? We observe a specific thing, then draw a generalization. And in terms of deductive reasoning method, we start from established theory or our existing knowledge to give confirmation. Okay, and in survey method, we collect data from predefined group of respondents to gain information and insight. And in positivistic method, we use scientific evidence, experiments and statistics to gain factual knowledge. So what should be the correct option here? The existing knowledge. From existing knowledge, we have to draw conclusion. This is the question. So in which option we are getting the answer? Correct option is option 2, deductive reasoning method. In deductive reasoning method, we draw conclusion from established theory, or you can say existing knowledge, general to specific. Okay. Scientific research is another important source of knowledge. It involves acquisition of knowledge and development of testing hypotheses. These are the steps of scientific research. First, define a problem. For example, global warming is a problem. Let you have to define it in this step. Second step is formulation of hypothesis. Hypothesis means tentative statement about the relationship between two or more variables. In this example, air pollution and global warming are two variables. As hypothesis statement, we can say that air pollution helps to increase global warming. Third step is collection of data. It is a process of collecting information from relevant sources about variables. For the example, as a researcher have to collect diurnal temperature, wind speed, wind velocity, humidity, precipitation for long period of time from a particular city or place. The fourth step of this scientific research is analysis of data. It is the process of systematically applying statistical or logical techniques to describe, illustrate and evaluate collected data. And the last or fifth step is stating conclusion. In this step, you have to correlate aims, objectives of your study and summarize the main findings. Now, the attributes of research. First, in research work, we need a problem. Without problem, research will be hopeless because firstly or before uh, you have to make a clear idea about searching topic. To get solution of your problem, you have to collect data, and for this you have to do some activities. So activities is another attribute of research. The activities would be done in a systematic or scientific way, and all the attributes are included in a process which is called process of research. And finally, solution of the problem must be stated. There are so many definitions of research are available in internet and any research book. I have added two of them here. You can go through this definition of research. This question came in June 2015. The question is a systematic, objective and deliberate effort at answering meaningful questions pertaining to a field of inquiry or about phenomena is called option 1 problem solving, option 2 research, option 3 theorizing and option 4 invention. Now, what is problem solving? Problem solving is a method which includes understand the problem first of all, then devise a problem, then plan to solve out or carry out the plan to solve, last look back or check and interpret. These are the fundamental steps of problem solving method. Next, research. In research, people find a particular thing in a very systematic way with specific objectives and try to draw conclusion. And in theorizing, what we do, it is an intuitive, personal and less procedural method of research. So this is not the correct option here. Invention. Invention is a creation of new thing with one's own ideas and development. Okay, so here the correct option is option 2 research. Why? Because very clearly it is saying in the question that the work should be very systematic way, in very systematic way, and it should have objective and it is a deliberate effort at answering meaningful questions. So this is the correct for option 2 research. Now the steps of research. There are more or less 6 steps are there. First one is identify a research problem. In this step, we have to specify a problem and then justify it. Why do we need to study it? Okay. The second step is reviewing the literature. This indicates location of resources, then select these resources and just summarize it. And third step is methodology. In this step, identify, select, process and analyze information about the problem through a particular research methodology. Research methodology means the particular technique. Okay. The fourth step is collecting data. Collecting data, as usual, gathering information. And the next step is reporting and evaluating. What does this mean? Which audience, then structuring report are included in this step. And the last one is interpretation. Breaking down the data, depicting data, explaining data. So this is the steps of research. Related to steps of research, uh, there was a question came in 2014 December UGC NET exam. The question is, some usual steps in conducting research are given below. Identify the code which gives acceptable rational sequence. Uh, the steps are formulating hypothesis, collecting data and its analysis, identify the research problem, and testing the hypothesis. Now you have to rearrange the steps of the research. First thing, we have to select problem. Okay, so the option 3, not option 3, there is the sequence. According to the sequence, third step, identifying the research problem will be the first one. Then formulating hypothesis. Formulating hypothesis will be the next step, and then collecting data and its analysis, and lastly testing the hypothesis. This will be the correct sequence. So here the correct option is option 3. Purpose of the research. If you find gap in existing knowledge, if you find contradiction of various research findings, if any situation that need to be explained, if any improvement is needed of a particular situation for future needs, all these are the purpose of a research. The two fundamental concepts of research are reliability and validity. Without these concepts, research would be hopeless. First of all, your research have to be reliable and valid. Reliability. What is reliability? If your data collection techniques and analytic procedures would reproduce consistent findings, if they were repeated on another occasion, or if they were replicated by another researcher, then only your research will be known as reliable. And validity of your research means, if your research is concerned with the extent to which your research measures what it claims to measure. It means if it is completes or fulfills its aims or objectives, then only your research will be known as valid. Okay. I am going to discuss educational research with previous year question in the next video. The link is given in the description below. Thank you.